Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alex here, and in today's video we're talking about the roster reveal for the month of May. Now before we get started, I have a sore throat, so if you hear any kind of a voice change, like my voice sounds weird, that's the reason why. And I'm dehydrated, so I don't know if that makes any difference, but nevertheless, first of all, what kind of roster I had for the month of April? Well, April was mostly dominated by London's, and I had a very pleasant layover in Munich. I went out with a few of my colleagues. We walked a lot, like I walked 22,000 steps, basically. I don't know, quite a few kilometers. We went to this English garden park in Munich, Germany. It was absolutely beautiful. And I would say this is the highlight for the month of April, at least in my roster. I'm flying soon to Toronto, which will mark the last layover. And that's very odd because I haven't had an ultra long haul flight for approximately 2 years. Like maybe 2 years I didn't fly ultra long haul. And I don't mind it. I prefer regular flights towards Europe, Abu Dhabi to Europe or Abu Dhabi to Asia, and not 14 hours flight to the American continent, because obviously it's tougher. Nevertheless, soon Airbus A380 is coming towards New York, Abu Dhabi to New York. We're starting the service already, and I will be on that plane often for the next months, I guarantee it. Anyways, leaving April aside, what the month of May brings. As you guys know, we in Etihad, we can do requests often, so we bid for the flights that we want for the next month, and maybe if God gives us grace, we manage to get those flights into the roster. So I made my requests. I requested Lisbon because it's a new destination for Etihad and I'm really excited about it. And I got Lisbon, so I'm super pumped. It's the first flight of the month of May. Lisbon, Portugal. Or Portugal. How do I pronounce Portugal, right? Yes, I will get Portugal for the month of May. It's a 48-hour layover, so 2 days. 2 days in Lisbon, ladies and gents. Couldn't be more happier. I'll obviously go out. I also have one of my friends on that flight, a girl I recently flew with, actually. So we already know each other, and we're gonna walk along, visit the city of Lisbon. What aircraft flies to Lisbon? It's the 787-9, the backbone of the Etihad fleet. Now, after that, I have 3 days off, and I'm super excited for that too, because I love my days off. I like my leisure time between the flights. After those days off, I do have an Istanbul flight. It's a day flight also on the 787-9, and I do prefer turnarounds on the 787 rather than turnarounds on the Airbus A320, the smaller plane that Etihad has. 2 days off after my Istanbul, and I'm flying to Chennai again. I have Chennai again. It's a promo event. The Super Kings are striking again. Etihad nowadays is sponsoring a cricket team from Chennai. It's the Super Kings, and I had a promotional event there already, but right now I will have another one. It's a showcase of some sort. I'm gonna be in Chennai in India again. I just did my application visa and I'm good to go. Now after that I will have a London on 380, of course. It's gonna be a 25-hour layover. It's a pretty good layover. I would say just the timings are a bit off. Standard flight for me. Every month I do have some Londons, but this month this is the only London I have. Couple of more days off after my London flights, and then we are going to Colombo, Sri Lanka, ladies and gents, on the Airbus A320 small aircraft. But this time the layover is just 17 hours. Is that correct? Yeah, so it's a morning departure. We arrived there afternoon, and then I have a 16-17 hour layover, and then the next morning we are departing back towards Abu Dhabi. So it's basically a layover with 1 day of sleep, and it's fine. That's okay. I don't mind that. Recently I heard we changed the Colombo hotel, and they give us a better hotel even. I'm excited to see what's that about. I'll surely enjoy the scenery. After this, guess what, ladies and gents, I do have the US visa. That's the next thing in the roster. Towards the end of the month already, the US visa. This means officially that I'll start operating flights towards the USA. The flight that I will do the most is obviously the Airbus A380 the New York, because the 380 will now start flying towards New York. Probably I'll have like a couple of New Yorks starting next month. Let's see what's up. Now the visa day, ladies and gents, the visa day is a day booked in my roster. It's a duty day, so I'm basically paid to go and have my visa, right? To go to the US Embassy and do the visa work. So that's basically a duty day. It's important to know because it's part of duty. After the visa day, I have 2 days off and then I will fly to Sydney. Sydney, ladies and gents, another ultra long haul flight. And I didn't have ultra long haul flights for so long, and now I had Toronto this month and then Sydney next month in the month of May, which makes, you know, a whole lot. I'm not used to ultra long haul flights anymore. I'm not used to going 14-hour flights and sleeping in the bunks, feeling like the flight is never ending. Anyway, Sydney is a great destination and it's a 48-hour layover. I'll go out definitely, I'll visit the city. This Sydney flight will be on the Boeing 777, the older aircraft of the fleet. Nowadays they are indeed getting older, those planes, but they're very reliable as aircraft and pilots love them. Pilots love those 777s even more than the 787s. But the cabin crew, not so much. 787 is much more cabin crew friendly than the 777. 777, some of our cabin crew, especially the ladies, especially if you're shorter, it's really hard to even close the hat racks on those big planes. Also, the galley configurations are a bit weird, not that crew friendly indeed. But I like the 777, I cannot really complain, especially in business class, I think it's fine. 2 days off after my Sydney flight, and then I have a Muscat and a Kuwait flight. Double sector turnarounds, 2 of them, both in the same day. So Abu Dhabi to Muscat, Muscat to Abu Dhabi to Kuwait, Kuwait to Abu Dhabi. This will be the, both of those will be in one day. So this is the double sector as we call it in Etihad. Crew, they don't really like it. I would say it's fine. It's just a lot of takeoffs and landings, but the flight itself, there's nothing much to do. The service is very brief, let's say. There's not much time for any service, right? It's a very short flight. Even with 4 sectors, you are starting your duty at 4 p.m. You are ending your duty at 2 a.m. Tiring, but manageable, I would say. So that concludes the month, basically. I will have 87 hours flying this month. Quite a few less than usually. I think the difference makes it the fact that one day I have visa. I have 11 days off in this month of May, which is great. And I have this visa day, which is basically an off day. I have 11 days off during the month of May, so that's plenty of days off in a 1 month. And then I have this company promotion, which is Chennai, which I am deadheading. Those hours are deadheading, so that's not considered duty. But nevertheless, when you are deadheading as a crew, you are paid half. So even though I'm flying as a passenger for Chennai for my company promotion, I will be paid half of the flight, even though I'm a passenger. So it's you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty reasonable. It's pretty nice. I cannot complain at all. So it's a lighter month, but nevertheless a great month. I have Lisbon, which is my requested flight. I have Sydney, 48 hours. That's awesome. And then I have this company promotion, which I'm excited about. Yeah, Colombo as well. It's a good month overall. And yeah, please, ladies and gents, let me know what's up. More videos coming soon. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I know many of you guys keep requesting those roster reveal videos, and I keep making them indeed. See you on the next one. Bye bye.